JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. So, a lot of questions about the employee retention tax credit. The infrastructure bill ends the ERTC effective September 30. Now, do we need IRS guidance to tell us that it ended September 30? No, because the law says that it ended September 30. Now, it could be that the IRS comes out with Secretary of Treasury approval and indicates that, well, the law said this, but upon conferring with Congress, if you will, and based on how the laws work inside the tax world and the forms and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it's possible, but we don't know, but it's possible that the employee retention tax credit would be available potentially for part of fourth quarter, but we don't know that. This is the one thing about being a CPA and working in this business, this industry for 28 years, is that when something becomes law, that's all we can follow at that time. When the IRS comes out with interpretation, we then can follow that as well. Now, with the employee retention tax credit, some of the things the IRS has been able to come out with information very quickly, but a lot of things related to the ERTC, because of the complication, there has been a lag in that information coming out. Why am I telling you this? Well, what I want you to know is that with the employee retention tax credit, yes, it ended September 30, but you still can take the employee retention tax credit on any wages during a qualifying period and health insurance during a qualifying period, all the way back to March 13th of 2020 through September 30 of 2021. So you have 2 years from when that wage was paid to file for this tax credit. The other thing I want you to be aware of is that if you took some of the tax credit in fourth quarter of 2021 because the law hadn't changed, then what I would do is set that money aside, because it very well may be, as unfair as it is, that you will need to pay this back. Well, when would that need to be paid back? Well, now the IRS may come out with some specific guidance related to this law change, but when you look at how the IRS has approached you paying back the employee retention tax credit, if you got too much, assuming that you got too much, reasonably, meaning you weren't trying to take advantage of the circumstances, then you have until the due date of the Form 941 to pay that back, or with the Form 941. Now, if you don't agree with that, then pay it back right now, no problem. How would you do that? Include it in a payroll deposit. So there's no reason to be argumentative with anybody about this, because we don't know, okay? But what do we know? What do we know? It ended September 30, the employee retention tax credit. In terms of any qualifying wages and health insurance in fourth quarter wouldn't qualify for the employee retention tax credit because it's no longer available in fourth quarter of 2021. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I just want to be really clear that you still can get the employee retention tax credit on qualified wages and health insurance in that window that I told you, March 13th, 2020 to September 30 of 2021, and you have time to file for that. So if you took the employee retention tax credit in fourth quarter, set it aside. You may have to pay it back. When? By January 31st of 2022, unless the IRS provides different guidance, which, as the date of this video being posted, which is November 15th of 2021, we don't have that guidance yet. So if you want to take a peek in the body of this video, I will make it very clear in the first line that if the IRS has come out with guidance, which we expect they do, I will say IRS guidance, and I will give you a link once that comes out. And of course, I'll have an additional updated video on this. But if you're coming across this video and it's several days or weeks past this date, this video is still relevant. Look at the IRS guidance down at the bottom, or down in the body of this video. So hopefully that makes sense. I should have told you a long time ago in this video that I have an employee retention tax credit. I have a 4th version that has come out. If you've not taken the 3rd version of the seminar that I put together, you should take this 4th version. So I'm going to put a link in the body of this video if you'd like to check out that ERTC video. It's also available for the continuing professional education for CPAs. Here's the deal, okay? We need to wait and see what the IRS says, okay, to see, well, how are they going to account for those that took the employee retention tax credit so far in 4th quarter. But you should stop taking the tax credit and you should hold on to that money, because the law is the law, and the law is it ended September 30, as unfair as that is. All right, hey, I have some other tax seminars. I'll give you a link to that as well. But listen, I appreciate you getting to here. I appreciate all the support. I've got a ton more videos that are going to be coming out going through the end of the year into next, talking about tax planning and how to save taxes beyond even the employee retention tax credit. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.